Hello everyone, this is Prem Kumar and welcome to this new course, The Game of Pega Architects Season 1. In this course, we are going to cover a lot of core design concepts. First, let me briefly introduce about the instructor, and the instructor is going to be me. I am a certified lead system architect. I completed my certification in 2017, and in the same year I started sharing the knowledge using my blog website, My No Pega. I believe maybe you might have already come across this blogging website, and from there I shifted towards creating contents. I have my YouTube channel, I also have my courses. In the same platform, you will find three other courses, one for the beginner, one for the constellation, and then one for the DevOps engineers. And this LSA course is like the most requested course from my learners. And apart from these courses, I'm also the founder of two brands. One, MyNoTech, it's more a consulting private limited, and MyNo Academy is like an edtech platform at this moment specifically serving for the Pega learners. Okay, now let's talk about to whom this course is for. This course is strictly not for beginners. If you are starting Pega for the very first time, I recommend you to visit the beginner level courses. This is strictly for some experienced Pega developers, and it is recommended at least you have some 2 years of Pega experience. You may think, how can a 2 year experience guy can learn a LSA topic? With my experience, at this 2 year, 3 year only, I started learning the LSA concepts. I started go through the Pega Academy. I went through the courses and understood a lot of LSA level advanced topics. And don't restrict yourself thinking you are too junior for it. There is no harm in understanding or learning some advanced concepts. And definitely, if you want to go for LSA certification, have little bit more experience with respect to projects as well as years, so that you will be more confident to play as an LSA role. This course, of course, it is for all the certified lead system architect. If you are certified in the very older versions, this can definitely help you with catch up with the latest features. If you are a solution architect, if you are a team lead or any kind of senior developer, if you are aiming to go for the LSA certification, this course, I would say it's a must for you. Okay, now what is the content for this course? What you will learn in this course? This core design course, the season 1 is going to cover 5 areas in total. It's going to start with the infrastructure design, platform design, application design, and then we'll go with the case and the data model design. Okay, now to start with the infrastructure design, as an LSA, I would say it is must that every LSA should know what also happens at the backend, how your Pega application is running. I know, of course, people know that there is a database, there is an application server, but there are also a lot of other externalized services that contribute to your application run. There are different ways you can deploy your Pega platform. Pega now supports only the containerized based deployments. So you should be knowing all these different concepts. So under different sections under this topic, I talked about how these externalized services work. It is not just like theoretical thing. You are going to set up the external services in your local machine. You are going to implement and have the understanding. Why do we need to use these externalized services? And then how to deploy Pega platform. It's not like installing your Pega personal edition. You are going to run your Docker container. You are going to run your own Kubernetes cluster using Minikube. You're going to spin up your Pega platform and experience the containerized based deployments step by step. You will understand at the end of this infrastructure design. We should be at least feel more confident to deploy the Helm charts, the Pega provided Helm charts, the Docker images, and can spin up your own Pega platform. Once we clear of this infrastructure design, then we go to the platform design. Still, we don't talk about applications. Still, we don't talk about the cases, because at the end you can have different applications into a Pega system, right? So you should be in a position to design your Pega platform, understand your Pega platform. If you're working for a greenfield application, you should be at the top to help with designing, sizing your Pega platform. If you are working for an existing customer, then your Pega platform is already there. You should be in a position to understand your Pega platform design. I also talked about this center out architecture, how Pega supports this, what are the different ways you can decouple your business logic. Like you can have a data layer using the savable data page. You can have the web embeds at the top that can provide the front end medium. So we talk in detail. We already keep ourselves focused towards the Pega's latest design. And then we'll also talk about planning your Pega platform, be it node classification, be it selecting your UI design strategy. There are a lot more strategies which we will decide, which we will determine, like that helps with planning your Pega platform. Okay, now this infrastructure will be done and then the platform will be done. Only then we go with the application design. So with application design, of course, we will start with, that is how you will be start building your applications in Pega. So we'll start with blueprint and we will understand different organizational mapping, because most of the Pega customers, they will have their own organizational mapping. They will have their own divisions, units, different departments. So you should be able to easily map your organizational mapping, create your applications at the right layer. And then we talk about this modular situational layering. Situational layer cake is something which is there for years, but it has evolved into the modular situation layer cake. So you should be able to create some modular based application and creating some enterprise applications at the bottom layer. So not only always creating, you should be able to manage your application, plan your releases for your application, how you're going to create a component application, how you're going to deploy those, how it can be reused. A lot more discussions we'll have it into this application design. And then we will move into the case design. Case design is going to be holding a lot of sections, a lot of lectures, a lot of design questions. So we'll talk about the different design patterns you can have. You can talk about when to go for cases, when to go for case specialization, when to use child cases. And we'll talk about the routing, especially concentrating on get next work, how to customize those. And case collaborations, case attachments is one of my favorite sections where I talked in detail everything in and out about the attachments. And then we'll also talk about the case notifications. So about the case, every advanced concepts, every design things will be discussed in these sections. And then we move on to the final topic, data model design. Again, we will have different design options, how you are going to design your data type, how you are going to determine your system of record. We will do a lot of things from the App Studio. We'll also concentrate on this constellation based data model design. So it means in detail, we are going to talk about the embedded, reference, query. So I have some practical lectures to implement those different property types. We'll talk about the common data model and finally some administration related that is going to be on this data model. So I feel as an instructor, as a curator of this course, this will definitely help people who are preparing for LSA, who are planning to have a career jump like from junior to media to senior. This course can help you, can get you the confidence. So have fun learning with the course. I'll see you in the next lecture.